Huawei's years of accumulation finally came to light with the introduction of the Mate 60 series, which showcases the long-awaited Kirin chipset, incorporates 5G connectivity, and supports the world's first satellite calling feature. Additionally, it includes a range of innovative technologies such as Huawei's self-developed Pangolin model. The return of the Kirin chipset, in particular, has sparked strong reactions in the United States. Unable to contain their frustration, the U.S. has threatened to bring criminal charges against Huawei executives and arrest top Huawei personnel. After 96 hours of silence, Ren Zhengfei finally confessed, revealing his fondness for Apple products, which sharply contrasts with the frosty response from the U.S. Department of Commerce. Smartphones are extremely common in our daily lives, but who can truly realize that behind a smartphone lies a high-stakes technological competition between major nations? In order to suppress Huawei's smartphone business development, the United States has spared no effort in utilizing its national power and joining forces with allies to impose severe restrictions on Chinese semiconductors. They have kept American companies at a distance from Huawei, even at the cost of sacrificing their own interests. Take Apple as an example. With its strong sales advantages, Apple has become the world's most valuable company and has carved out a unique position in the field of technology. As long as the smartphones sell well, they can firmly establish their foothold in the tech industry. After all, the chips embedded in smartphones support a market worth hundreds of billions of dollars, connecting various industries worldwide. If it weren't for the restrictions imposed by the United States, Huawei's smartphone sales might not necessarily be inferior to Apple. Unfortunately, the strict limitations imposed by the United States have encompassed almost everything, from software operating systems to hardware chips. However, Huawei has fully demonstrated its resilience and courage to overcome difficulties, successfully turning adversity into opportunity and embarking on a new path. At the end of August, Huawei launched its new flagship, the Mate 60 Pro, causing a significant stir and making a profound impact. Despite Huawei's low-key approach without much publicity, the inclusion of the Kirin 9000S chipset in the new device alone was enough to generate tremendous response. The United States, unable to contain its frustration, has seen some American lawmakers calling for the termination of all technology exports to Huawei, alleging that Huawei violated rules and regulations and could not have developed the chips without breaking the restrictions. Furthermore, senior U.S. officials have urged for criminal charges to be filed against Huawei executives, aiming to arrest top Huawei personnel. Employing its usual jurisdictional tactics, the United States seeks to force concessions from foreign companies by arresting their high-ranking executives. After senior U.S. officials proposed criminal charges and the potential arrest of Huawei executives, there has been a silence of more than 96 hours. During this period, the United States has not taken any substantive action, they have only made appeals. Although there have been no actions, U.S. Secretary of Commerce Gina Raimondo made a statement regarding Huawei's new device, which represents the current helplessness of the United States towards Huawei's new offering. Raimondo expressed surprise at this new Huawei device and clearly showed signs of being frustrated and bothered. In other words, Huawei's Mate 60 series has displeased Raimondo. Raimondo specifically pointed out that Huawei ambushed them, simply because the release of the new device happened to coincide with Raimondo's visit to China at the end of August. Before her visit, Raimondo had warned Huawei not to continue investing in high-tech research and development, or else face more severe sanctions. However, Huawei came out swinging, perhaps by chance, but the resulting effect has truly delighted the Chinese people. Raimondo's statement about being displeased by Huawei's new device actually indicates that Huawei is on the right track. If Raimondo were satisfied, it would mean that the US's suppression had succeeded, and of course, one cannot let the other side have their way. However, Raimondo poured cold water on the situation by stating that the United States has no evidence to suggest that China has the capability to mass-produce advanced chipsets for smartphones. Raimondo's statement is based on their confidence in the U.S. sanctions. From their perspective, no company can bypass the multiple restrictions imposed by the United States and produce chips while facing the full force of the nation. This seemingly impossible feat has occurred with Huawei, but the United States is unwilling to accept this reality. However, they lack any evidence to prove that Huawei has crossed any red lines or violated rules. Their response is merely a way to express disbelief. The launch of the Mate 60 Pro symbolizes Huawei's breakthrough of the U.S. technological blockade. However, the United States is unwilling to accept this reality and questions whether Huawei used U.S. technology to produce the chips. Despite lacking substantial evidence, the White House expressed its intention to investigate the smartphone chips of Huawei's new device to gather more information. During the investigation into the source of chip technology, the United States discovered that it was a technology unfamiliar to them and did not find any evidence of U.S. technology involvement. Nevertheless, the stubborn United States refuses to acknowledge the facts and openly expresses disbelief in China's technological capabilities. In fact, even before the release of the Mate 60 Pro, U.S. media conducted teardown analyses. Bloomberg collaborated with the professional firm TechInsights to dismantle and examine Huawei's new device. TechInsights concluded that the production origin was mainland China. Bloomberg commented, "China is making progress in building a domestic chip ecosystem." The extent of the U.S. chip blockade is well known. Since May 2019, the U.S. government has implemented a series of sanctions against Huawei, including prohibiting U.S. companies from selling technology and equipment, including crucial technologies like chips and software, to Huawei. The United States, along with allies such as Japan and the Netherlands, has reached agreements to impose strict export control rules on chip manufacturing equipment, further restricting the export of its own technology. It is not easy to break through the barriers of the Western camp. We do not know how much effort Huawei has invested, but the results show that Huawei has not disappointed. Over the past few years, Huawei has introduced a series of self-developed technological achievements, essentially achieving alternatives to U.S. technology. The more the United States imposes restrictions, the stronger Huawei's determination to break through becomes. With the support of the Kirin 9000S chip this time, it is believed that Huawei's mobile business will transform from being in a precarious situation to a more promising future. Huawei's mobile business is making a comeback and will directly face the Apple iPhone 15. Compared to the U.S.'s attitude towards Huawei's new devices, China has shown a high level of tolerance towards Apple's new devices. After the official launch of the iPhone 15, many consumers participated in the rush to purchase, causing the Apple website to crash. Furthermore, Ren Zhengfei himself admitted that he is a fan of Apple products. During a discussion at the International Collegiate Programming Contest, Ren Zhengfei gave a speech and engaged in conversations with gold medal winners from various countries. A participant from Iceland asked Ren Zhengfei if he is an Apple fan. Ren Zhengfei candidly stated that his daughter is studying in the United States, and it would be inconvenient for her if she didn't use an Apple device for her studies. We also often examine why Apple products are well made, and seeing the gap between Huawei and Apple provides us with opportunities for learning. From these perspectives, it is not an exaggeration to call me an Apple fan. This is Ren Zhengfei's attitude towards American technology, accepting foreign products in a tolerant and learning-oriented manner. Ren Zhengfei has long emphasized the need to learn from excellent American technology and never hold animosity towards the United States. Why has Huawei become a top-tier technology company? Why has Huawei persevered on the path of technological development for so long? It is due to Ren Zhengfei's attitude of tolerance and a learning mindset. China follows the strategy of learning from the West to surpass the West, while the United States has built high walls and small courtyards, making a clear comparison between the two. Thank you for watching our video. After watching the video, how do you think about The development of Huawei in the world. You can put your opinions and ideas in the comments below. We will keep on uploading new videos. So your subscribe and likes will encourage us to create new videos.